This is 4 Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is Wrestling Daft and is scheduled for 1 hour. Maybe more. It has no real-time limits, making their way into your ears. First, from a place called Barneston, he is the Pyramid. Rev Pro
Margaret, here a Fiend coming out. You stick that big red light bulb on for a Fiend.
And his partner, the top end of Stevenson.
Honky Tonk Man's going to take the bump for us. He's going to bump for it. I'ma take the bump for you. I'ma take the bump for you.
Hello and welcome to Wrestling Daft. My name is Rab Florence and a happy new year. And opposite me, sitting there, beautiful, handsome wrestler, professional wrestler. He's known as a wrestler. His name is Grado.
Hi, this is Graham Stevely, professional wrestler.
He's sitting there opposite me. He's looking. Listen, by the way, other people have commented on this. You're in pretty good shape,
mate. It's just us Geppetto. Carry on. I'm running about daft twice a day. So man, I'm drap. Do you know what? All I'm eating right now is cheese strings. I drove home last night and I stopped in at Kelly Garage and I bought a packet of 4 cheese strings. Go to Stevenson Garage and bought another 4. So 8.
Well, mate, you need
strings.
to release that DVD, mate. The cheese string and Geppetto diet. Get that DVD.
I know yous don't like me talking about Mars, right? And I know I've had a few complaints, but right now, I know you're going a bit to size, Rab, but mate, I've got mega heavy duty piles.
Bad hemorrhoids.
I knew it was coming.
Issue.
I knew it was coming because Monday or Tuesday I was squeezing.
Why were you squeezing though?
I've got a big old blue hemorrhoid. I showed it to Scott Fletcher who plays Lampwick and
you showed it to him?
Aye, and he confirmed that is indeed a pile. Is he a doctor? He's not a doctor, but he confirmed that is indeed a pile. So once this wraps, I'm going straight to boots and I'm getting some Anisol.
Well, welcome to Wrestling Daft, everybody. There's a wee taster for you of the type of content you can expect from the world's greatest wrestling podcast. So it's still no wrestling for you, Grado? Still just
bollocks.
Panto all the time?
Aye, but listen to this.
Aye.
I stayed up last night. This is Thursday. This is Wednesday. I watched AEW.
Whoa! What?
I watched wrestling.
Mate, whoa. Grado watched the wrestling.
I watched wrestling.
I'm saying Grado watched the wrestling, aye?
I knew in 10 minutes I fell asleep, but I watched it. Yep.
So what did you think?
All right. So MJF is a star.
Right.
On the mic, he was incredible. Cut a promo that he's obviously been given free rein on what to say. You can tell it's not scripted. It's raw. It's brilliant. His timing is fucking impeccable. I love it. Cody Rhodes is the number 1 babyface in the world. Superb.
Aye.
The only thing that was going, JR kept going, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going for a break. In fact, we're not going for a break. And then we go to a break.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, oh, great action in AEW. We're going to take a short break. Oh, no, we're not going to take a break. And then we took a break.
Fucking
Then the sound issues as well were a bit guff. You're thinking, you're putting all that money and they can't get the sound issues right. But I'm no complaining because I'm at a fucking job. But I mean, other than that.
Don't bury them. Don't bury them. I think they're very polished. Grado is always messaging me and he's always saying AEW are very polished. He would love to work. He loves Tony Khan. He sometimes
big Fulham guy
wakes me up in the middle of the night, phones me telling me how much he loves Tony Khan. Mm-hmm. He loves Tony Khan.
Tony Khan. Is he is he related to the Khan that was in Dragon's Den?
No. Is he related to the Khan for Wrath of Khan, the Star Trek film?
No, it's not.
No, no relation there. But my news is, of course, I've not watched any wrestling because my baby twins have arrived.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Lark Florence and Winter Florence.
Lark Florence, what an NXT name.
That does sound like they could be going into wrestling. Obviously, their cousin is in NXT UK, so they've got Isla Dawn. My niece.
So it would be Lark Dawn.
They've got a way to come in now, haven't they? They've got a way to come in 20 years' time when Isla Dawn is like ancient and kind of still people are thinking she should hang it up now. She looks really bad.
Broken Skull Ranch with Steve Austin.
She should really hang it up now. And she brings in our wee cousins, you know what I mean? That's what's
she's only doing shots in Saudi Arabia.
Exactly. I've been up all night and stuff. I've been doing the night shift. And I'm knackered, but I'm still here. I'm still in here recording the
Congratulations,
podcast
man. Congratulations.
for the punters. I'm still here for all yous, despite the fact my baby children are desperate for their father to be there. And instead I'm in talking to yous about fucking guys cutting about with stupid fucking masks on and having belts with their fucking faces on them.
Fair play, mate, because I was going to pull it because Jeannie had pups. You know, we spoke about that last week, aye?
Yeah, because a dog had pups, you were going to pull it, and I'm here even though...
By the way, man, the son are coming to take pictures of me with the puppies tomorrow, as a kind of, because of the elections being this week, they want a feel-good story for Saturday, so they're coming to my
They want a feel-good story for Saturday, so they're coming to take a picture of you with dogs when I've got 2 twin daughters.
Aye,
that's the feel-good story, mate.
Nah, but you want to see these wee...
Dogs are 10 a penny.
No, but you want to see these wee retrievers, man, sucking the teats half Jeannie. It's such a natural beauty sight, just Jeannie. You go, Jeannie, feed your babies.
Are you seriously trying to put all these wee dogs on my baby twin daughter? Can't believe us. Let's move on to some correspondence for last week. By the way, did Conan, or Shitey Conan, let's call him, his nickname on the show, did Shitey Conan or John Morrison reply to your messages last week?
Conan patched me, which is fucking unbelievable, because what the hell, the last message I got filmed was 10th of March.
Come on, bruh. Yo, what's up, baby? I'm in the hospital, man. I'm gonna be here like...
Oh shit, I better not play just in case he got it. Anyway.
Who was that? Was that Conan?
Conan. But I mean, Conan is a brother, but he's totally
Was he in
patched.
getting a colonoscopy?
I don't know what he was getting, but he listened to my message a couple of days ago and totally kayfabed me. John Nitro, on the other hand, wait till we see, how did he... He replied, "What up, bro? Thanks for the message."
That's it?
So what?
That's fucking generic as anything, mate. That could be just like a bot that he's programmed to reply to Grado. See, if I was like one of these American wrestlers, I would program a bot that would reply to your messages. So you would think I was still your pal, but actually I'd have you on some kind of block list. Well, the punters have been getting in touch. No, Kid Fight's getting it tight, you know, because we're always talking about how he sells. Great Scottish wrestler.
Spud,
wrestler.
Spud, how you doing, mate? How's everything going, man? How's this? Is it you having a good week wrestling? Tell me how you're getting on, Spud, mate. Spud, I mean Jake Maverick. Everything going well? Everything going well for you?
Spud.
It's Rab Florence.
Spud, how you doing? You alright?
Alright. Just yep. See how you get on. Get back to me.
Let's see if we got a bite there. See if we got a wee bite there. Aye, Kid Fight, he's getting it tight after listeners. After tweeting that he had missing eyebrows after his missus put something on his face, Wrestling Daft listener Hazy tweeted him back saying, "I've heard you might have some spare masks you could use to cover up with if you need to, or would you need to buy one off yourself first?" Which is great. But listen, here's what I want to say here. I don't want us to paint the picture of like Kid Fight's just a guy who sells merch, because he is a fucking...
He's a good wrestler, man.
Because
he's scary.
And he's a fucking hard man.
He's a hard man.
So see, before any of you listeners out there get wide and start fucking making jokes about Kid Fight, you just be careful and think about who you're dealing with. Go and Google a picture of Kid Fight and look at his fucking face and ask yourself if you think it's a good idea to make fun of him.
He's always doing extra work because like a pure... Spud!
Spud's back. Spud, get back. Spud, get back.
I'm fine, mate. Currently delayed in Chicago, on my way to Green Bay, Wisconsin. But other than that, life is good. I miss you very much, friend. I hope everything's great. I'm sorry we only briefly met at the hotel the other week, but I miss you, pal. I always miss you.
He's a man.
I hope everything's good. I hope family are good, and
love
you very much.
Love
Say
him.
hello to Robert for me as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
man, that was beautiful, man. See, that was brilliant.
See, that was brilliant, but I actually felt quite emotional. I think it's just because I'm knackered as well, but I actually thought I was going to bust out greeting there with just listening because how kind it sounded there. Talking of merch, by the way, I give a shout out to James Crossley, who has purchased a t-shirt from us, specifically the Margaret Fiend red light bulb on the t-shirt, and he also ordered it in red. So he's maximised the red. Aye, and you can get it for shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/Wrestling Daft. No backslashes, by the way. There's, of course, more chat on meeting wrestlers in weird places. Dunks says, Big Dunks says, and he was in New Orleans for WrestleMania, he walked into a bar where Hornswoggle was being thrown through a ribbon to signify the opening of the bar. He also says that Grado might have been there. Now, hold on.
I was with Hornswoggle that weekend.
Could you cut a ribbon by throwing a guy at it? I mean, what the ribbon would need to be made of paper, right?
Aye.
Or Hornswoggle's got a really sharp feed.
Hornswoggle's a heavy wee bastard. See, that weekend, I've never been so mortified for somebody asking him for a selfie. He fucking middle of New Orleans street, sitting with John Thorne, who promotes AIW. This punter comes along and goes, Hornswoggle, can I get a picture? Yeah, takes a picture and he'll go, that's just 10. I went, what? Yeah, that's just 10. Mate, you're taking a tenner off that cunt for a selfie. He taking a fucking tenner.
Did he actually take it?
He take a tenner. I was like, you're a fucking redneck. That's just 10. So every time me and Thorne or Swoggle together, we always go, that's just 10. That's what he fucking did.
Fucking hell, man. I would have just flung him through my tenner. Bust that. Right. Gary says that after a BCW show in East Kilbride, he ended up in Fusion nightclub with Drew Galloway and Chavo Guerrero. See, these are the stories I want. I want the wrestlers in fucking Greg's. I want the wrestlers in Fusion nightclub. His mate Gordon wasn't happy with Chavo because Chavo spent the night trying to fire into his missus. But no, he fucking did they.
No, Chavo wouldn't do that.
Listen.
Chavito.
Listen, you can tell your mate Gordon, right? Gary, tell your mate Gordon that Chavo can have any fucking woman he wants. And he certainly doesn't want to fire into some fucking bird feast bride. Right? Tell your mate Gordon that he's fucking deluding himself. If he thinks Chavo Guerrero, who's travelled the fucking world over, is going to be firing into his fucking bird feast bride.
So, mate, here, I done a thing with, I done a thing with Des Clark and all that shit where we camped out. But there was a part of the show where we were talking with Boy Scouts. And one of the chaperones that was looking after the weigh-ins, she's, you did the wrestling, aye? And she says, gonna say hello to Chavo Guerrero for me if you see him.
I
says,
love that.
what? He says, you know Chavo, didn't you? He says, aye, we've been on a couple of tours together. Tell Chavo, Gail's ma said hello, right? So I'm going, right? So I messaged Chavo, I goes, by the way, yeah, Chavo, a bit random here, mate, but Gail's mom for Kilmarnock's asking for you. And he replies, hey, brother, Gail's mom is awesome. Tell her hello and give her a hug from me. Life is great on this end. Hope you're killing it on your end. Story is Gail.
Wait a minute, hold on, stop. I don't know if I want this story.
All right.
I think I just love...
Right, we'll just keep it that.
Can we...
Let's keep it
get a
that.
fucking Gail's mum t-shirt on the go.
Hold on, because you know what? There's people out there that will connect the dots. So that's going to be a quiz for next week. No, seriously.
Seriously, right?
People
okay.
might get the connection.
Right, okay.
People might get a connection. So Gail's mum knows... Gail's mum, Faye Kilmarnock, knows Chavo Guerrero.
How is that possible?
And what's the connection?
Let us know what that connection might be. Anyway, Chavo Guerrero bought everybody Jack Daniels that night as an apology for Gordon being steaming and off his face and thinking that he was trying to fire into his missus ridiculously. But listen, we love your correspondence. Keep them all coming. We want to hear your stories. We particularly like the stories if they make you sound like a fucking idiot. We love that. And now remember, you can get in touch with us by hitting us up on Twitter at Wrestling Daft, on Instagram at Wrestling Daft Podcast, and just Wrestling Daft on Facebook. Now, every week we like to bury and put over stuff for the week of wrestling, right? So, I've not been watching much wrestling this week. I've been kind of just catching up on what's been going on. I want to put over Big Batista getting put in the Hall of Fame.
What? Oh, I saw that with NWO.
Aye, he's getting put in. I love Big Batista. I love Big Batista. That's a big beast.
He's a big boy. Remember to come back with fucking Reeboks?
Aye, oh man, I see some of his gear, man, that he wears. I just fucking because you know why I love Batista? Because I think if I had became a wrestler at his age, if I was Batista, if it was like him but my brain and his body, I'd wear all the clays as well. You know what I mean?
What kind of clays?
Like just now, he kind of wears like kind of young guys kind of clays a wee bit. You know what I mean? And he has the shades on and stuff, and he has like he sometimes wear a mad blue suit and it's kind of tight or whatever. You know what I mean? He's kind of sexy. He kind of dresses a bit sexy and stuff. You know what I mean?
He prides himself on clays. Del Rio does the same. Del Rio always looks immaculate.
Aye, but Del Rio was a fucking...
No, you've got to say that. Del Rio was a... no comment.
Oh, no comment on Del Rio.
No, I love him.
You love him? Do you love him?
Oh, I've had a good couple of nights with Del Rio.
I would knock fuck out Del Rio by the way, if I saw him.
Can I just say something? No, you wouldn't.
Dear. He legitimately looks like he could kill you, that guy, didn't he?
We're going to speak to Sha Samuels later on the show, but we done a show with Del Rio and he turned up, and I swear to God, in synchronism, is that the word? In synchronism, we both just turned around to each other and went, And then, know what I done with my mate once? Porter, my mate Porter for Salkits loves wrestling, right?
Aye.
I was picking Porter up, right? I had my Vauxhall Astra, right? Rolled down the windies, right? Remember, because Delry used to come in the car.
Aye.
Blast it for the fucking tune. Turned into the street. He was pissing himself. That was one. Honestly, that's one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
Hold on.
Porter, mind that time I went and picked you up? Whose music was I playing? Remember? Give me a voice note back. I know you're busy probably delivering for Tesco, but try and do it.
I see if I deliver for Tesco, man, you'd just be in the back of the van, you'd be eating all the crisps, wouldn't you? I mean, I just kind of feel like, because you know how sometimes you can turn up and the Tesco guy can go, sorry, they didn't have the crisps this week, so I had to like replace it with something else.
That's what Porter says is his biggest gripe, you know, because people will go, fucking, they've ordered Kingsmill when he turns up with Warburton's. They go, I want to take Kingsmill!
Aye.
He says that's the biggest fucking thing.
But is he eating the Kingsmill though?
No, I think they've just went out of stock, Rob.
All right, okay. I've always just assumed to eat them. So the listeners have been getting in touch with what they want to put over and what anything you want to put over or bury for that AEW show you watched, Grado.
Putting on right, what do I think?
He doesn't want to bury anybody because he wants to be on it.
Aye. I love the arena. I loved the how can I? It was reminded me of ECW the way it was no too big, no too wee. I'm gonna bury the music. Their music's shite. They've got to get a better library. There's nobody that instantly recognise.
What you mean in terms of the entrance themes and stuff?
Apart from Cody. Cody's got it nailed. And also shout out to Braxton Sutter, who's now called either Blade or Butcher. He's part of Blade and Butcher. He was
Butcher, right? Blade.
Blade.
Bunny.
He goes out. He's married to Bunny, who was Arlene Tierney, who for me is one of the best female baby faces there is, but she's playing a heel now, which funnily enough they never explained. She was Ali one week and then she suddenly turned into Bunny.
He's burying
Burying a wee bit, but they look great. And who really looked good was the guy. Is it for Every Time I Die?
Oh yeah.
The Butcher has a moustache. They looked fucking cracking. They looked really good, and they went over on Cody Rhodes. But I don't mean to be an old moaner, but I just feel the baby faces get the hot tag. They come in steaming and rolling, bit, and then it all kind of just falls apart in terms of too many falsies, man. Too many falsies in the first match.
It's
I'm
the
like, come
scourge
on,
of
man.
modern wrestling or a falsies, isn't it?
It really, honestly, it's just like, I just want a nice clean finish. You want to get this tag team over. You want to get them done. So let the babies get their big fucking comeback, steamroll through them, cut off, hit their finich. That's it. It doesn't need this and that and die.
You're a man of tradition, mate. What can I say?
There's Porter. Porter's replied.
Alberto Del Rio, beating the horn and all that, coming down the street. It's a great laugh. I've gotten myself just thinking about it now.
Was that a wave in the background as well?
Aye. Right, Porter, that's you made your debut in Wrestling Daft, mate. Brilliant. Cheers for that. That was brilliant.
Beautiful. I can't believe
Porter, what's hold on. He's Rab seems to think that, see how if somebody asks for Kingsmill and they end up getting Warburtons, Rab Flaunt seems to think it's because the delivery driver eats the breed. But sure that's not the case.
Right, Waldo, go in touch. He wants to put all the new Wrestling Daft merch. We didn't even ask him to do this. Margaret Erafine t-shirts getting bought for Christmas. Well, my God. What a wonderful gift for the person you love in your life. I know.
Getting it?
What poor bastard's getting it? And is burying guys dressed as dinosaurs wrestling.
Luchasaurus. Big guy.
Al Krabby wants to put over everything about Luchasaurus, one of the only characters in wrestling today. That's not true, is it? One of the only characters in wrestling today. There's at least, let me think, 970 characters in wrestling today all the world. And he wants to bury the lack of top drawer managers for guys who needs them. Where's the new Jimmy Hart? Yes!
Oh, managers,
yes.
100%.
Where are the managers?
Right, this will never ever happen, right? This will never ever happen. But, and I know you don't like it, but I'm thinking, how fucking good would it be if the Revival turned up in AEW with Jim Cornette as a manager? That would be heat. Oh, there's Porter. Hold on.
Nah, mate, we don't eat the breed, man. And who the fuck eats Kingsmill nowadays? For fuck's sake. Warburton's crusty all the time.
What did he say? Warburton's crusty all the time? Aye.
Well, that's no sponsorship for Kingsmill for us now either. That's how we're just burying brands. Andy Gilchrist wants to put on nice, well-designed gear and the people that make it. Hold on, what does he mean? Does he mean wrestling gear or does he mean gear? He's like, oh, this gear's well-designed, man. I want to hear it. Andy Gilchrist, aye. So he's saying folk behind the scenes deserve a wee bit of appreciation. When someone has well-designed gear, I feel that it can add to the personality of their character. Because
sometimes it really is a last-minute job. When I done Sonic, go there again too, innit? But when I was turned into Odard the Great, we literally had like fucking an hour for me to get an Odard the Great mask.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So, obviously, my girlfriend Jen, she's a designer, like a fashion designer, like a clothes. So she goes into the room and she just makes things, and it blows my mind. It's amazing that people.
Why
can do
dress like shite then?
Andy Gilchrist wants to bury that absolute rocket who was shouting homophobic slurs at Sami Zayn at a live show. Anybody trying to ruin wrestling for anyone else needs chucked into the sun. Ian McIntyre wants to put over the word crud.
Oh, thanks.
And he wants to bury all the photos. He's just sucking up Grado's arse here, which is, it's no the time to do it, by the way, with what's fucking hanging out his arse. And he wants to bury all the folk that say they prefer wrestling that makes sense and then ignore that when they're praising AEW. Now, AEW does have a wee bit of an issue here, I think, because I remember when Tony Khan was on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, okay?
I've not heard that yet.
And, this was ages ago. Mm-hmm. And Tony Khan was saying, we're going to keep a record of the match results, and we're going to, the results are going to matter. We're going to have a system where wins and losses count. And the minute I heard them say that, I thought to myself, you're digging yourself a fucking hole. You're digging yourself a hole. Somebody should be in your ear going, let's no do that. We can still make, I think what WWE does is wrong, the whole kind of 50-50 thing, everybody think, but, you can still make matches count and wins matter without fucking charting all the details, because what you end up with is people analysing them and people saying it doesn't make sense. Exactly.
Nobody cares about shit like that.
Exactly.
Like I hate, I hate tournaments. I hate, I remember that time they fucking, here I go again, TNA, but they brought in a fucking, that shitty title. It was the Pride title or something.
Oh, aye.
Remember that?
Aye.
And it was like, the matches were like 5 3-minute rounds, and the guest judges.
Aye, it was like, you were getting judged, it was like on technical, like, it was all in that, wasn't it?
Pish, it was one of Corgan's fucking horrific ideas.
I like just a kind of brawl for all type thing, man. Just two fat guys going in and they knock each other out for real.
Two slobs battering fuck out one.
Two fucking get a belt for just. I'd have a belt
title.
I had a belt called the Two Cunts Fighting Belt, and it's just two fucking even a guy out the audience, not like even a guy just come out and go
Two Cunts Fighting.
I just get a guy in and
mate, Rab, that's a belter. Two Cunts Fighting.
Two Cunts Fighting Championship.
Two Cunts Fighting.
Alan McDowell wants to put over Le Champion for his Christmas toy drive in Dallas for kids who have nothing at Christmas. Yes, Jericho is indeed a wrestler with a heart. We love Jericho. And he wants to bury Seth Rollins. What kind of rocket has a swivel office chair in the back of your van? It's a good point. Because basically, Seth Rollins was revealed in the back of a van. He was sitting in a mad swivel chair in the back of a van. But listen, I want that heel Seth Rollins. I'm happy. I like his wee that laugh. I want that. Fuzz, finally.
How you doing, Fuzz?
Wants to put out how special a talent Daz Black is. And he wants to bury how shite Big Boris is.
Right, hold on. Are these wrestlers or is this politicians?
Do you know who Daz Black is?
No.
Google. There, Google. Or can you WhatsApp him for a voice message? But Fuzz wants to bury how shite Big Boris is. Shite gimmick, shite haircut, and his finishing move is hiding in a fridge. Shite. And
that's Black? Who the hell is this?
That is very...
He's not a wrestler?
That is very topical, by the way, because it is the election time today.
Daz Black. Hold on. I was on a primary school show with him a couple of weeks ago. I asked him about his story. I think he trained in Carlisle. He's got a fucking great look. He is a handsome, handsome boy. And his gear's phenomenal as well. So Daz, he's certainly one for the future. He is one handsome looking boy.
But hold on, but he's also a YouTuber. He is also he's a YouTuber. He's an actor. Business inquiries, Daz Black at independenttalent.com. Daz Black Shop. The point I'm trying to make here is that when I saw on this bit of paper a guy who wants to say how special a talent Daz Black is, I had a wee Google, right? And there's like a guy who has like almost 500,000 followers on Twitter called Daz Black, who's just this YouTuber, kind of geeky YouTuber type guy. Same spelling a name and stuff like that. So if Daz Black is indeed a special talent, if Daz Black is indeed a special talent, he needs to change his name. So anybody get any ideas for a new name for Daz Black?
Daz Red.
Let's get a new name for Daz Black. Let's get him sorted out.
Let's get a new name for Daz Black.
Let's get a new name for Daz Black, because he's going to have to change it.
Yep.
We'll get him on the show.
And he'll get over.
We'll get him on the show. We'll give him his new name. Let's all have an idea. Let's all come together and because Daz Black,
Black.
By all accounts, don't take Lark. By all accounts, he's a great wrestler. So let's think of a new name for Daz Black and let's move on for this segment.
Fucking love this show.
Because we've been burying and we've been putting over people.
Farting.
And it's the Christmas period and we shouldn't be burying anybody apart from our negative thoughts.
Hey, it's now time to talk about some merch. Merch is great, especially this time of year. Actually, I need to get myself stocked up to sell stuff for Christmas. I've got a tick bill to pay for my last batch of merch to Sticky Ink, so if you're listening, I'll get that paid soon. I've just got a couple of parking fines for Glasgow City Council that I need to go to the road first.
That's true, I've seen them.
Then I will get you paid. If you are looking for the perfect present for a loved one at Christmas, well, look no further. On your very own piece of Wrestling Daft with our fabulous range of merch, as well as the Margaret NFN t-shirt. We've added more designs. Now you can be the proud owner of a t-shirt for one of the hottest factions in the wrestling business. The hottest faction in 2019, chips, cheese and doner meat. We've got a t-shirt for it. Not only that, you can buy a Wrestling Daft logo t-shirt and you can buy a hoodie as well, because it's quite cold in the morning. All you need to do is he's laughing at. All you need to do is go to shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/Wrestling Daft. Rab.
No backslashes.
Correct. Don't worry, we'll stick the link on Twitter and on Facebook. And this week, we're going to put up another design, and we want you to help us to choose it. So the options are
A. Crud. After Grado's rant about the Fiend's belt last week, you remember Crud-mageddon it was last week? B. Ich habe einen Bruder, eine Schwester. The only German phrase that I know. So, aye, that's out there. Or C. I'm gonna take the bump for you. An ode to the honky tonk man's backstage antics at Preston City Wrestling, which Sha Samuels was involved in. So see episode 4 for that. So there's your options. Crud, ich habe einen Bruder, eine Schwester, or I'm gonna take the bump for you. So what's it to be? You decide. Vote on our poll on Twitter and hopefully we'll have read it for you next week on the show. And if you do buy a t-shirt, please send us a pic on social media so that we can put you on our Hall of Fame. In the meantime, go out and buy fucking hundreds of merch at shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/Wrestling Daft. And remember now, I've got wee twins that have just arrived. Remember that every t-shirt you buy, 0.05% will be coming to me. So if you buy 1,000 t-shirts, then I might be able to buy a Fredo bar for the twins.
You just made the list!
It's time now for the list of Wrestling Daft. We like to make lists on this show. We know that it's the culture enjoys a list nowadays, you know what I mean? To list everything. So our list this time is Matches of the Year, Matches of 2019, which was the name of the year. And so, we have our own. Do you have a list? Your matches of the year? No, I have a list.
I've only got one.
Well, there you go. A list of one. That's not a list, mate. But I have a list. I'm happy to read out my list. Will I read out my list?
You do it. Of course,
I'm going to read a list.
I'm always interested because I get inspired to go home and watch it.
Stand back, everybody, because I'm going to read out a list. At number 3, Matches of the Year. It is, for me, Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks at Royal Rumble.
And powers up the boss. Piper's Pit. Here's the cover. Rousey has pinned Banks to retain the title. Here is your winner.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you why I love this match, right? Partly because it continued Ronda Rousey's streak of cracking matches, right? Really cracking matches, leading back to like our match with Charlotte Church the previous year, end of 2018. But Sasha Banks had been going through a bit of a slump, I would say, as well. Went into that programme where Ronda Rousey seemed a legitimate competitor again. The match was a great match. It was a great match. It was Ronda Rousey showing what she can do. One of the best women's matches I've seen. And Sasha Banks, it was a chance to see Sasha Banks at her best again. I really love that match. That was my number 3, Grado. Time for my number 2. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Oh, Grado's made a face again.
Kofi measuring the champion. Trouble in paradise. Kofi did it. Kofi did it. Kofi did it. Kofi is champion.
A very specific reason why this is a favourite match of mine. I love the build up. I love Daniel Bryan is just, oh my God, he's just magnificent. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of Daniel Bryan, and I'm a big fan of how unselfish he is in the telling of a wrestling story. And I think he made Kofi Kingston look like $1 million in that match. I think Kofi was great as well. But my main reason for choosing this one as my number 2 is that I watched that WrestleMania with my daughter, my 12-year-old daughter, and she was greeting at the end.
Well, that's cool.
She was greeting at the end when Kofi Kingston won. And that reaction, you know, I remember having reactions like that when I was a wee guy. And you can't get that reaction unless your build has been right, unless the characters involved are strong characters, and unless the match works. You know what I mean? And it was beautiful. You know, I just remember that. I just remember looking at her and she's greeting and she's so exhilarated that Kofi Kingston won.
I love that. Like, I really, really, really do. Like that for me is, it's like a dad taking his boy to like a football match. And you've got that thing with your daughter where you can sit and watch wrestling and you can sit together and watch and greet, you know. I think that's so cool.
But also just to see that emotional engagement in it though is like that is what wrestling is all about. And really it was my number 1. I mean, it's been bouncing in and out of my like number 1 match of the year to number 2, number 1 to number 2. But ultimately my sensible wrestling heat had to kick in. And so my number 1 is
an obscure Japanese match.
In fact, it isn't an obscure Japanese match. Right? It is Cody Rhodes.
Fuck off. That was mine, you prick.
Versus... What? Well, all right, well, you talk about it.
No, we can both talk about it. But
talk about it. I mean, you couldn't pick anything else.
For me, that match was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you know, it was a match that was teased in WWE for years. It was going to be a WrestleMania match. Whatever happened, it
Cody and
never
Dustin,
happened.
by the way, we've no said. I went
Cody versus... It's Cody versus Dustin.
Crossroads again. Hook of the leg.
Our leg grapevine. It is over. By God, it is over. What a wrestling match. As amazing as I've seen in decades.
The match for me, everything about it was brilliant. You know, it was Dustin Rhodes. It was the natural Dustin Rhodes. It was that crowd. It wasn't Goldust versus Cody with the moustache. It was Cody the American Nightmare with the blonde hair. It was Dustin Rhodes the natural. It was a guy who you think has wrestled for so many years and doesn't wrestle that often. So a match of that caliber for him, you know, he must have been stressing out about that. And it's a crowd that he's not used to because he's used to the typical WWE atmosphere, the you know, a Monday Night Raw crowd. This was your, not so much underground, but your maniac, mad, Bullet Club, fucking pro wrestling tees, Young Bucks crowd. And it was so cool to see him in that situation. And not only that, the commentary was perfect. And I loved that there was a bit of colour. And I think they went a wee bit far away, the colour. I think it went a little bit too deep, brother. But even at the end of the match, the emotion and just thinking about their dad watching that match, actually makes you kind of feel as if you're going to greet about it, thinking about it. It was so perfect. No other match touches that for me this year.
The beautiful thing, Grado, about a perfect wrestling match, right? See when you think about a perfect wrestling match, the beautiful thing about it is that what you need for a perfect wrestling match is two wrestlers in sync with each other, right? For the duration of that match, no one spells, no one spells in the match. But for the duration of that match, you need two wrestlers in perfect sync. And that's a difficult thing to achieve, right? It's a difficult thing to achieve. It's what all wrestlers aspire to, right? Yeah. But it's a difficult thing to achieve. But there's an extra dynamic there when you're talking about two brothers. And I'm sure they have been through stuff in their life together. Aye. And I'm sure there's a lot of levels there that we would have no idea what the levels are, you know what I mean? But just to see these two guys in absolute sync, making each other look fantastic. Putting their bodies on the line for each other with all the stakes involved there, you know, for a big high-profile show like that, you know what I mean? I think it's just not just the best match of the year, but one of the best wrestling matches of all time.
It's going to stand the test of time. Mm-hmm. And what's cool about it as well is, you know, this time last year, Dusty was an agent in WWE, doing nothing, picking his arse, maybe turning up now and again and doing his matches on Raw, like random matches. And just for him to be put in that environment was so cool to see. Aye. I always think it's cool to see like a wrestler who's just known for being WWE and to be put in that, and also going back to him being the natural. You know what I mean? I honestly, it makes me want to go home and watch it again because it's so good. And even the promo before it, as I said, where Goldust takes his old Goldust clobber, stacks away, puts up his fucking loft and gets this new shit. I love it.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant.
How can he wrestle in that latex fucking suit?
I don't know. The punters have obviously got their own input here. Barry McCourt, John Moxley and Omega unsanctioned match at Full Gear.
I'm not having it. I am not having it. Have we spoken about that? That was just too far.
It's not even in with a shout.
That is not in with a shout. I can understand why Moxley was choking today a match like that because he's not done it for years.
Yep.
And they wanted to kick the arse out it. But
Jim McLeod, Cody versus Dustin. They finally got to do their dream match the way they wanted it. Every little nuance told a story and gave Dustin his WrestleMania moment. Also in agreement with that. I mean, how can you question it? Fraser Pollock, Graham Pettigrew, Scott McKenzie, Gary Cassidy, Captain Wow were all on the same boat. On me and Grado's Dustin and Cody boat.
Yep.
Craig has got in touch and says he liked Walter versus Tyler Bate at NXT UK Cardiff. Fantastic storytelling. And the 1 count before the finish was spectacular. I'd like, Annie, we need to get Big Walter on this programme somehow.
Well, I seen a clip of him for the week wrestling his bare feet. We've spoken about this, haven't we? Big shoes off on this. If you listen to the podcast, did you see it?
No.
Did you see it? I think it was in Dragon Gate or something like that. I didn't know he was. I know that no Dragon Gate Evolve.
Right.
I'm taking it. They've got Gabe Sapolsky must have some sort of deal with Triple H.
These deals are everywhere, and like they're flying about all these weird crossover
and
deals.
I typed into. I tried to look for AEW last night on Sky, and what came up my Sky guide, I was like, wow, there's loads of stuff out there right now.
There's loads. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, this is a good time.
Man, this is a good time.
Good time. That's why Grado's not been watching any of them. But now you know, since watching this week, Stephen Stewart, Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne. It was all right. Andrew Milligan, 100% Joe Coffey versus Dragunov at the Square Go. Top class for the bell, powerful, quick, technical, was
Joe's
outstanding. Oh, aye, Joe.
Joe is such a pro. Joe is such a effing pro.
Robbie McGraw has got Joe Coffey as well. Match of the year's Joe Coffey versus Big Mastiff at NXT UK Cardiff. Last man standing. Just two big cunts battering each other with all sorts of shite like cricket bats and that.
That's what I love. That's why I love this podcast. When people chime in with comments like that, it makes my day.
And Robert Gillen, it says Grado winning the Pro Wrestling Elite title at Citadel. I carried Grado around the arena.
Oh, so he did. Is that him?
Then he presented the belt to Lionheart's mum.
You know what? I've got to say that I can't take the plaudits for that. I won the title, and it was such an emotional night because that was we were going to have this and that on the show. We attempted to get Nick Aldis versus myself for the NW title on the show, and we wanted to make that show special, and the boys were in agreement. We wanted to send the punters home happy, let the big baby face win. I won the match, and I'm clapping the fans' horns as I go around the ringside. And one random guy who totally didn't look like a wrestling fan, he was like a normal guy, just went, "Get the belt to Lionheart Small." So I then walk 5 steps to David Wilson, and I say, "That guy just said to me to put the belt on Adrian Small, should I?" And he went, don't know. I mean, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to do it. So climbed the barrier, and the crowd, honestly, the music went off, it was silent, walked up, and horned the belt to Adrian's mom, and she burst out green, and it was a moment I'll never forget. It was brilliant, and you know, I didn't want to put the pressure on her because I know she doesn't like, you know, any fuss made about her. But Adrian's mom is a lovely woman, and she was always at the shows, being at the tuck shop and helping Adrian, you know, do the show and make sure everything ran smoothly. Him and Adrian's dad, and I gave her the belt, and everybody clapped, and it was just a mega moment. And she, a couple of weeks later, she came back and she was, right, son, you can have the belt. You have a wee hod of the belt. I've got plenty of Adrian stuff. You can have a hod of the belt. But that was a really, really, really nice moment. And that, Robert, thanks for bringing that up, because that is a really nice story. And aye, that's cool.
Yep. Okay. So how about your personal favourite matches of 2019? I mean, ones that you were involved in, mate.
All right, mate, let's go. I loved my match with Sha at the Blackpool Tower in January, World of Sport Tour. Just because Blackpool Tower, the way the setup, the lighting was fucking amazing. And we didn't need to do much, and the crowd were there from start to finish, and it went absolutely perfect. I had a match with Jack Jesser at the Pavilion. Loved that. We used powder. We used chairs, ladders. We used a lot of the stuff that the Pavilion used during the panel. A lot of props, and you know, I took a staple gun and stapled a picture myself on Jester's arse, which was brilliant. I love that match. I love my match with Sha at the Pavilion as well. I had a great match with Jimmy Havoc, his last UK match before he went to AEW, and it was very much a last minute thing as well. And he's telling me all these spots and he's changing it, and I'm going, Jimmy, for fuck's sake, I can't keep up with you all this push. It was one bit at the start of the match where I'm going to out wrestle you. I'm going to out wrestle you. So they are a bit out wrestling. He out wrestles me, and then I go, fuck it, let's stay hardcore. And he gives me this fucking stiffest chop you'll ever hear. Took the chop, rolled out the ring, and went, fuck this, I'm going to Gatwick, I'm going home, and walked out the back. Obviously came chasing me, come back out, we had a good match. My matches with Ravy Davey, I love my matches. I love that. I love the one at the garage, and I loved the match at the where was it? SWG3. That was good. Am I mentioning too many here?
No, I mean, it's beautiful to hear all that, but I tell you what, you've mentioned Sha twice there.
I just love wrestling him, man.
Why don't we talk to him?
Let's talk to Sha.
Why don't we talk to Sha?
You're listening to Wrestling Daft, and it's now time to speak to probably, well, he is my best pal. He's best pal, best pal in wrestling. He is, for me, obviously I'm biased, I think he's the best villain in the UK, one of the best in the world. This year he's come into a game, something offer. If you haven't heard of this man, check him out. He's absolutely storming it in British wrestling scene, and I think 2020 is going to be his year. Please welcome the East End Butcher, Sha Samuels. Sha!
I didn't want to stop you talking there. What an introduction. Thanks for putting me over, mate. You put me over beautifully.
Well, mate,
really appreciate it.
Well, do you know what?
Thanks for having me on the show.
Well,
you've gone from Jericho to Sha Samuels. Sorry about
that. No, mate, I know you're going to be great on this, because how long have we known each other now?
Well, since 2013, I remember.
Aye, and I remember yeah,
loads of stories.
How did you meet? How did you meet, you guys?
Well, fair enough, I couldn't stand it. I never met him, but I couldn't stand him because he was getting really popular, right? On Twitter and on YouTube and stuff. I was like, look at this clown. He's making a mockery of the job. He's embarrassing everything. He's not a wrestler.
100%, yeah.
Then I watched the Vice documentary, the British, was it called The Wrestler?
The British Wrestler.
Right? And to be honest, I was on the verge of quitting because it wasn't that good over here. And I was like, wrestling's a bit shit. I'm getting nowhere, doing the same shitty town shows and all that. Watched that, saw the Scottish wrestling scene. I was like, fuck, That's where I want to be. I want to go and wrestle up Scotland.
Yeah, because I remember you. The first day I met you, you said, "Oh, these people that want to go to Japan, fuck Japan. I want to go to Scotland."
Yeah, exactly. I was saying, you got
the
this guy,
seams in
I'm
Scotland.
going to Japan to a dojo. Fuck that. Go up to Scotland. You see the crowds. You see how good it is up there.
Yep. And I remember, I can honestly say, when I was before I'd wrestled you, I'd do my stick and I'd go in and I'd do my cartwheels and I would do my tickle spots and all the rest of it. And I remember when I watched you, I told her, what was the first things I said to you? I said, Sha.
I can't wrestle. No. You're laughing. You don't understand. Sha, I can't wrestle. You're going to have to get me through this. I was like, what do you mean? Show me what you mean. Well, he goes, get me in a wrist lock. I went, what the fuck are you doing a wrist lock for? And I do all these rolls. I went, that's shit. When your music plays like a prayer, the crowd goes mad. You're not going to get any higher than that. You start clowning around in the ring after that, you're going to drop. As soon as your music stops, I beat you up. They're going to go mad at me. They want to hear your music again. So they're going to be cheering you on for you to win and have you dance at the end of it.
So that was a big learning curve. And speaking of you telling me, or should I say, me asking you, can you get me through this? It very much reminds me at the time that me and you done TNA British Boot Camp. Right? We done TNA British Boot Camp, right? And there was a part of the show where there was wrestlers round the ring, and also
we were doing drills and stuff.
Doing drills, right? Doing drills. And what was it? And so you've got like who's there? There's like I'm trying to think. There's Mastiff is there. There's Rampage Brown. There's all these people.
And it's the best of the best.
The best of the best in the UK are there, right? And Alston's gone. Athletes, they're going right. Two of you get in the ring and start working on the fly, right? And I'm like, fuck. And what was that I said to you?
No. Have you seen that episode of The Simpsons where you got Homer slowly going towards someone on the dance floor, right? It was like that. Grado was getting closer and closer and closer and closer to me. He whispers in my ear, Sha, I'll give you £100 if you get me through this. I'll give you £100, no joke. Yeah, £100. And I just went sharp, man. I started trying to move away from him. I'm serious. £150. £150. Please, sure. I can't do this.
I didn't want to do the drills. But me and you go in the ring and everybody else is tying up and fucking laying holes and all the rest of it. We goes in the ring and he just starts slapping the shit out of me. Like the shootest slap you've ever heard in your life.
I remember that, yeah. I started beating him up. And I threw him out the ring and tried to kick him out the venue. I was like, you shouldn't be here. And we turned it. Well, it was on the fly, but we turned it into a thing that all the other contestants are like, the producers have told them to do that. And I was like, no, we haven't done it ourselves.
Because everybody was just wrestling and fucking that. We were fucking...
But you started telling a story.
We started fucking ramming
it was
ourselves.
TV shows. It was reality TV shows.
So on the camera, having to move about, he's ramming me into fucking fire doors, hitting me with fucking boxes. And they were like,
you shouldn't be a wrestler. Get out of here.
Aye. And it fucking worked, but then it was brilliant.
And then the next week, we wrestled and you beat me.
Aye, so it worked out brilliant.
Yeah.
It worked out brilliant, and we done that match in York Hall. And I
love York Hall, man.
York Hall is such a great venue. If you've never, I don't know, you love your Japanese stuff. There's a couple of they day like New Japan shows there now and again.
Well, I was lucky enough to wrestle on a couple of joint Rev Pro New Japan shows.
Right.
And I got to wrestle Tenzin and Kojima.
Nice.
And you know them, and I got to beat them. Right, I was the only British wrestler that was allowed to. Like go over on the show, I know I'm revealing a bit too much, but the New Japan office are like, no, this guy can't lose, they can't lose.
Yep.
Goes, they can lose. So I was like, yes! Only Britain that beats that one on the show. So, and they're legends. I mean, even though I I was never a big follower of Japanese wrestling, but I know who them two are, and that is a big deal.
Yep,
so I was very, very grateful to do that. I got to do that in York Hall. Perfect. We got to wrestle for World of Sport with York Hall as well, didn't we?
So we did.
Honestly, my first time a kid saw me wrestle. So I'm being the East End butcher, acting all hard.
Listen, sorry to come in here, right? But as a guy who was kind of watching the developments in British wrestling happening, right, and then the World of Sport thing sprung up, I kind of still feel like there isn't a clear picture of what happened there and how that shook down.
Either we fucking don't know.
Mate, neither we. We're still waiting for that phone to ring.
Because it felt like everything was all prepped, everything was kind of ready to roll, and then things, what happened?
We spoke about it every day. Me and Grado really wanted it to work. We thought us on Saturday night, prime time. That would be perfect. It'd be perfect for him. It'd be perfect for me.
Yep.
He is the villain. He's the good guy. It's perfect for that casual family audience. It would be ideal for us. So we was begging, hoping it would happen. So when we got the series, we were over the moon and chuffed.
Aye. I can remember the day ITV they got me down to Manchester and they said, look, we want to put on a special at New Year, and we're going to put on a show and we're hopefully going to get a series, and we done the pilot episode. I remember being there with all the boys, and the producer says, look, we're going to have this match, and the main event is going to be Grado versus Dave Massive, and the winner's going to be the first ever World Sport Champion, Grado. And I went, that'll fucking do for me. But we thought we were going to be, we had I'm a Celebrity in our eyes. Yeah. We thought we were going to be on Acting Dick Saturday.
Who's down in the jungle first?
Who's going to be the jungle first?
But you did do a lot of that. There was a lot of mainstream promo for it, though, weren't you?
He was on GMTV.
Yeah, you were on GMTV. I remember that.
Wrestling U is perfect because
mate, we wrestled in every decent wrestling venue, bar the big arenas.
Aye.
We wrestled, I think we've done
Blackpool Tower,
Go to ABC, the Kilmarnock Ground Hall, we've done Broxbourne, we've done York Hall. What else we done? The Pavilion. We did the Pavilion.
When you've wrestled each other that many times, do you still have stuff left? Do you still have, like, when you get in there, you still fresh angles to take on it?
Well, that's how we every match we do, because something comes naturally that we figure it works, and we played it into the next match. We've worked each other so many times. This is not showing off. This is a true story. We wrestled for PWE. That's Adrian's promotion. Mm-hmm. Remember that? And we weren't talking to each other. We had an argument. Something petty. You're being a crabbit git. Surprise, surprise. And you and me weren't talking. I was like, "Man, you have a chat?" And you're like, shut up. I was like, "We're on next." I went, "Well, fuck you then. Sodja. I just go off. We're not talking about the match, about nothing. Get in there, and we've known each other so much. We put on a fucking belt. I knew exactly what he was doing and what I was doing. Got backstage, and never forget, David Wilson takes the pictures. He's at every single show up in Scotland. Comes back from his camera, he's looking at his pictures, looks at us and goes, "Oh, magic as usual, lads." Like, thinking we put on this masterpiece together, but we weren't talking.
We're fell out. We've done it all the times. When was the last time we wrestled in Command Grand Hall? I pulled you aside.
That was you, because his new bird was there, seeing him wrestle for the first time, right? So he wanted to look fucking like, I'm Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Big Shit, I'm the big wrestler. Wants to change our formula.
Yeah.
So he wants to suddenly wants to be Rey Mysterio. Instead of being Grado, he wants to do all this flashy shit he can't do. He's trying to change it all up. First spot, because it's all new.
I blew it.
Fucks it. There, right, I put on a hold, a bit snug. And he goes,
it was fucking snug. It was snug. I couldn't breathe, you bastard.
That's because you're out of breath, mate. As simple as that. And you hurt me out there. You beat me up. Why'd you beat me up out there?
I goes, you bullied me. You made me. I goes, I wanted to cry.
My girlfriend was out there.
But honestly, we've honestly, no, even just in UK, we've been together.
Germany as well.
Germany, we've had plenty of times in Germany. I always think the funniest message you ever sent me was because I was on a flight to Germany coming from Glasgow, and he sends me a text going, "Mate, I'm on a Ryanair flight sitting next to Vince Russo." It was the most random fucking.
That was me, Vince Russo, and Eugene, right? and this is great. This is what 2000. This is like
2015. That was our good year.
Yeah, a good year. Oh, good times.
Good times.
Good year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you were like, "I'm flying back from London with you lot." He changed his flight to fly back with us,
so I could be on a flight with Russo.
Speaking of Vince Russo, right? I've got to tell you a story. I think you know it's coming, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know how he's cheeky. This boy is cheeky. And I don't know how he gets away with half the stuff he says to people. Right? So, we're at this show. Vince Russo's on it. And he's working in, funny enough, in like an 8-man tag. And out of nowhere, Grado's just stoating about, swaggering. Goes up to Russo. Slaps him on the shoulder like this. "Hey, you! What's this deal with you and Hogan at Bash at the Beach, huh? What's this shit about you and Hogan at Bash at the Beach? Was that a shoot or what? Slaps him again. What happened? And Big Drew's like, bro, and just told his whole story.
He tells the whole fucking story. He tells the whole story. That's what you've got to do, mate.
And then, but this is what made it laugh. He's heard this thing going, walks off, and he just goes, Lashley, nods his head. He's probably Lashley's just sitting there. Lashley,
how you doing? Mate, I've got more night in a bag of giraffes, and it's helped me fucking out. It's like the time I started with TNA.
Oh, don't, mate, doing that fucking jumper. Never took it off. Right,
I signed with
so
TNA
bad.
and they gave me a TNA jumper and I fucking must have wore it 6 days out the week. I never had it off. But I'm saying the first night the first night I done a TNA loop. I text you. I go,
right.
How is it? How's it going?
Me, him, and I are in a group chat, and he's excited, man. He's going. This is a big thing because he loved TNA. I think more than the WWE when TNA first came out every Wednesday. It was his big thing. He loved it. So he's going out there for the first loop. So obviously the time difference. I'm in my bed. Last message. This is going great. Everyone loves me. I'm over. The boys love me. This was at 10:38. I've gone to bed. Woke up. First message. Everyone hates me. MVP wants to beat me up. 4:47 a.m. I was like, what's happened?
Mate, I was a fucking mess. I'm in the room with Kurt Angle, the Hardys, MVP. I'm sitting there, I'm steaming, I'm going, see your troubles, see yous. Nannies have got fucking timing. I've got timing. Nannies have got timing. He's why I watch me. I've got fucking timing, right? So MVP's going, what, you trying to say Matt Hardy don't have timing? Kurt Angle don't have timing? Drew
debating it with you, debating it.
Drew basically fucking picks me up, takes me to the hotel room and goes, dude, you need to calm down, man, and stop slapping people in the chest.
He slaps everyone. He slaps everyone in the chest.
Aye.
But he doesn't like slap someone and say, excuse me. He goes, oh.
I love it.
We like, you know what, right? But we do like, I'm glad when you said we're shoot pals. You have your wrestling pals and your shoot pals. I remember we're real friends, you know what I mean? Which is great. And we've got that from wrestling. Like, I go around his house a lot. I go around his house an awful lot. I don't know why he invites me. Every time I go around his house, I seem to annoy him. So, one time he held me and his ex-girlfriend at the time hostage to watch WrestleMania 18, Hogan versus The Rock. He held us hostage. Literally, we couldn't move, we couldn't speak, we couldn't even fucking breathe, right? We're sat there, right? And I'm a heavy breather, right?
Oh, you're a heavy breather, does my test then.
All right, mate, we'll get to that. So we're sitting there, talking. And I said, can I get a drink? You missed it, rewound it. Start again. Right. All right, watching it. Carrie, you moved. Rewind, watching it again. Sha, stop breathing! You're annoying me! It took 90 minutes to watch this fucking match that I've seen about 20 times.
That is a great match, though. To be fair, it is a great match.
It is a great match. I think it's a great match.
So listen, Sha, how did your family feel about your wrestling career? How did they feel? I always wonder about that kind of thing.
Well, you know what? They've got used to it. And to be fair, my wife hated it that I was away so much. Mm-hmm. But I think as time's gone on, she's learned. She's gone, you follow your dream. Not many people forget to follow their dreams, so keep following your dream. So I've been trying to follow this dream for 18 years. So. Yeah.
And you're getting there, mate. You're getting there. You've had such a good year because, and you're making.
They're used to it. The kids are used to it now.
Aye, you're making a wee bit of money
every weekend. Where are you going this weekend?
Because I remember there was times where me and you would wrestle somewhere and we'd end up, would go out, drink, bevy, whatever. Yeah. No, before the match. Well, sometimes. Well, something.
So anytime we have been on tour, or we stayed down here, and whether I'm up there or he's down here, we stayed in each other's hotels, right? And so we have a great time. But this is one thing he does, right? That is, I don't know if it's going to embarrass you, mate, but I'm telling you, is you like to do wrestling entrances and make me film them. And when I mean wrestling entrances, he picks a song. I've got them all on video. And everyone wants to see him. Everyone wants to pay good money to see these, right? I've got him coming out as D'Lo Brown. Rikishi,
Samoa Joe,
Finn Balor, even Noam. Who else you done? Goldust.
Aye, and remember one time we thought, right, we're gonna create a tag team, and we found a song that Samoa Joe had showed me, and he played it in his motor once. It was brilliant. It was an MF Doom song. And I says, come on, let's practice that. So we're in the toilet, you know. This is pathetic. The two is in a fucking room, do you know what I mean? We're practicing.
But you made me put my elbow pads on as well, by the way, to do this. Sure.
It's beautifully innocent as well, though, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing.
Aye, it was amazing. And fucking when music hits and
tops off as well.
And we're so serious about it. We get right into it. Do the entrances. I remember we both did this one entrance. And what was that it says again?
Oh, mate, at least what he says to me, you acting like a director. He's like, Sha, no. Less Backstreet Boys, more Fugees. I was like, what are you on about? It wants us to be some sort of hip hop tag team. Yeah,
we have
that would have worked.
Aye. I mean, it is pathetic. We're professional wrestlers, but I don't know how many hotel room beds that we've broke. You know, try to practice moves and fucking. That is pathetic, man.
See, that's the thing. I remember one night, Grado messaging me. I can't remember when it was, but you texted me and went, "Going up this hotel. We're all here as me and Sha and Hangman." And I remember I was swithering. I was going, "Should I?" And then I was like, "Nah." You know what? Nah, I'm not fucking going up.
Hey, it's a good night. I tell you what, the best nights of the year is watching WrestleMania, because see, at the end of the day, as much as we do wrestling so much, as a wrestler, WrestleMania is still cool thing to watch, man. I mean, me and you, even the Rumble, remember the night we broke the bed in Citizen M when Bubba Ray Dudley come back? Remember that? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
It's no fucking easy to break a Citizen M bed, by the way, either. They're built for fucking...
They're heavy duty. Bubba Ray.
He's got his glasses.
He's got his glasses. So, mate, I can tell you that me and Sha, as much as we're best pals, we fucking love wrestling.
Oh, mate,
we do. We love it. We love it. We love it so much.
People look at us backstage and probably think we're the most least passionate guys about wrestling.
And it's so
false.
I reckon
we're two of the most passionate guys about wrestling. The true, in my opinion, the true form of wrestling, storytelling, you know, good versus evil, you know what I mean? Like
character.
And it is because remember the time we got heat by the ICW production crew because they went, we're trying to put a highlight video to build up you and Sha. You don't do any moves. There's none. You don't do any moves. You know, it's the loudest crowd reaction.
It's all stares and looking at each other and quotes. That's what makes it.
And that's what it's all fucking about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all
about. So tell
it,
Sha, talk to us about the Kinky party though, because it's not just, obviously it's not just you and Grado, right? You also have a cracking relationship with Big Jack Jester.
Oh, Jack Jester. I mean, that was something that happened by accident, and it's like, to be honest, we both agreed this at the time. We never ran in the same circles. And they had nothing for us because, you know, I don't know if it's well documented. Grado had a falling out with Dallas, and he was no longer used. And I was meant to be working with him longer, but this time him as the heel and me as the face. But that's why I had nothing. Jester had nothing. So they put us as a tag team for a little bit, and for some reason it just clicked. And like the crowd, and we just started being ourselves and just having fun. I reckon it's hard to have fun and make a clown of yourself, in my opinion. Well, for me it is when I'm by myself. But because he's in the ring with me, I've got more guts to try new things out, and it's actually brought a different side of my character out. So
and Jester's.
I could never used to be able to be the good. I was never the good guy. I was always the evil, horrible, nasty villain.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I can play that role as the hero. The crowd love us,
and it's like Jester as well. Jester for years always played, you know, the kind of dark.
Exactly.
You know that kind of really kind of, you know, kind of Undertaker.
It's completely reinvented us. And it has reinvented us so much. I can't believe how much natural chemistry we have together as a team.
But it's good, because what I'm saying is, you know, Jester in real life is one of the funniest guys you ever meet. He is.
I always say to him, he should be a stand-up comic.
He's fucking funny as hell. So for him
naturally
to be
funny.
For him.
Well, we just cast. He's in a new sitcom pilot that we're doing, and Jester's in it, and the thing that strikes me, about Lee is that he's a guy who has this kind of wild man persona, right? He has this wild man persona, but he's such a kind of gentle, considered guy as well. You know what I mean? I think
he's been so used to playing because he's really that belief of keeping in character.
Yeah,
and he's so used to playing that that character who used to be that dark, hard character. He still shows essence of that in public.
Yep.
But I reckon in private he doesn't. He shows how funny he is, how considerate he is, how kind he is, and
but you definitely,
I reckon he gets to play that now with the Kinky party. He gets to play and show a different side to him. Same with me.
But it's a thing.
Continue.
You guys have a connection with the fans that you can't fake that. You can't, you know what I mean? It's like the fans really do sense a genuine kind of friendship there, and they sense a kinship ways. You know what I mean? It's so.
I know Clown Battle we're the most popular thing in ISW by far.
All right, put yourself on for fuck's sake.
Well, no, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, hell, man, what a mark for yourself.
My crowd response and
too sweet him.
Entrance. Right, when it wasn't as over as you, but I reckon me and Jester together is almost.
No, mate. Listen, Kinky Party is the best thing in ICW in years. It's probably, and also what's good about it is he's in a tag team, and tag team wrestling is needed. And you're such a solidified tag team, and it's fucking brilliant to see.
And there's also this beautiful thing, I think, with Kinky Party, where I think with a lot of tag teams, the story that plays out and the story that the fans want to see is we love this tag team, but we know that ultimately, eventually, we're going to see them split and we're going to see them fight each other. But you get that lovely sense of a Kinky Party that nobody has any appetite for that. Nobody wants that.
No one ever.
They want you guys to be friends forever. Do you know what I mean?
It's a great story, and I hope they could release a package, right? So the way our tag team started is when my character is, I'm a man's man, and I don't what Jack. He just does his complete opposite. We're the odd couple. We're like a buddy cop film. We hate each other at the start, then we become friends, and we're on this journey together. And he's changed me. It's a really great story that we're telling.
Yeah.
And no one ever. I don't think if a split ever happened, I don't think the people would want it.
Yeah, no.
They wouldn't boo it because it's heat for because someone's turn. They'd boo it because they'd want the Kinky Party to still be around.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
I was saying there, I was just trying to get in the old story about Scott Hall when I botched the spot with fucking.
Mate.
Because me and him, one of the things that we do as well is we love watching shoot interviews with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, right? Yeah. We look up to him.
We love shoot interviews, right? So Scott Hall managed him once when he wrestled me. And the finish was meant to be, Scott Hall does something, Grado hits something on me, Scott Hall's up doing the too sweet, and he's meant to too sweet him. And as Scott Hall turns around, I do a sneaky pin while his back's turned.
Yep.
But he thinks I'm injured. I'm not. I'm just saying the move. He goes, "You're right, you were hurt." Right?
You're right, Sha. You're right.
And he kept going, "What? Too sweet him."
Sha's going, too sweet him. Sha's going, too sweet him. I'm going, what?
And Scott Hall specifically said to us, "Don't make sure my back is turned when the pin happens." It happened so long. Right, the time I've done the roll up, he's looking at us.
Oh,
and he's thinking, what a couple of fucking wallies.
And because
he went for being our hero. He kind of buried us afterwards. Didn't like him that much anyway.
We won't got it. Fuck him. Because I remember before it, he went, "Don't make me look like a fucking jabroni out there. I'm telling you, I'm managing you. I want the fucking rub, bro. Don't you make me look like a fucking mark out there." And my God, we made them look fucking stripper. And there's a picture of him just looking at us like this. He's got the too sweet looking down at us, dirtiest look on his face while I'm rolling him up. So that was a low point. And that was even low for me when I bumped into him in New Orleans. And fucking Bruce Pritchard is there, JR's there, Jeff Jarrett's there. Scott, how you doing? Oh my God, Grado, you're the shit. I thought I was going to get the rub. Fucking man, what I mean, man? So fucking, he fucked off up to his hotel room and I DM'd him. And I went, you did fucking say it to me in front of folk because I had the drink in me. I went, fuck it. Because I've always got the mindset.
Did you pull him up?
So I was like, fuck it. So I texted him, I says, fuck you. I was like, you want to fucking embarrass me again, I'll batter you kind of thing. That's what I done. Fuck him.
What's great about, what I love about Grado, is part of his charm, right, is his love for going to America and having all the American workers love him and pop for him. So much so, I remember I was around his house one time, and this is when he was winding down from Impact, and obviously they were cutting costs. They couldn't bring him over all the time. It's come to 5 a.m. I'm trying to get to sleep. I'm on the sofa, as per usual, because I snore. And he's in the kitchen, 5 a.m., trying to FaceTime Abyss. And he's shouting, Abyss! It's Grado! How you doing? Who else is there? Jeff! Uncle Jeff! Double J! Oh, how is it? How's it without me? How's JB handling it well without me? JB! Oh, I wish I was. I'm there in spirit, boys. His ex-bird's got work the next day. She comes down around herself going, Graham, it's 5 a.m. He's like, Kerry, it's the boys. He went, they need me. They miss me. They need me. Double J needs me. JB misses me. And Abyss, he really needs me. I'm not joking, it's all emotional. But it's like, no, you needed them. Like, you know what I mean? You missed them.
Oh man, honestly, that's fucking brilliant. I love this.
Sha, what's coming up next for you? What's coming up?
I'm ISW on Sunday. Come down. That'd be good. I can't wrestle because unfortunately I suffered a little knock the other week at Rev Pro. So it's my first injury I've ever had.
Nothing serious?
No, well, nothing serious. Well, a little knock to the head.
Ah, right.
And, you can't be, the way things are these days, can't be too careful.
As I said, you've had a great year, mate. You've totally, you go to the gym every day. You're eating proper. You're looking fucking fantastic.
Oh,
you spent a week at the performance centre, so fingers crossed. Oh yeah, man.
That was.
You know what I mean?
That was. If I get nothing else, doing that, the WWE PC, NXT UK PC week was phenomenal. Getting to work a dark match for in the WWE ring. That's the only time I ever get to work for them. I can say I've done it. And I could leave a happy man because that experience was amazing.
Aye, but I'm sure that's not the end.
You walk into that performance center, and then you realise, wow, like it blows your mind because you feel like you're a proper athlete's facility. Like you can imagine, it's like where Tottenham or Spurs or they're the same team, but you get what I mean. Like a football team would train at. You feel like a professional athlete. So. That inspired me to try and work harder.
It motivated you it gave you something to go, right, that's what I want to be.
And that should motivate a lot of boys in this country, because remember when we all started, we had nothing like this.
You're right.
WWE was a pipe dream. Now they have a brand based here. It's attainable. It's attainable. So everyone should be working hard. And no one should get upset if they're not getting it today.
Oh, you're right.
There's next year. There's 3 years. There's 4 years. There's 10 years down the line. It's still going to be here.
There's too many people as well that feel they're fucking entitled as well, you know?
No, totally.
It
took 17 years to get my first tryout with WWE. 17 years I waited to get my first tryout with WWE, and that was this year.
It's exciting. It's exciting time. Sha, time-wise, we need to wrap up the new, but...
No, that's fine. I can talk all day.
Mate, will you come back on?
I'd love to come back on. If you enjoyed having me,
definitely
talking. I just love talking about wrestling.
Definitely,
this is basically what me and Grado do all the time. We just talk about wrestling, and
it's
the best time.
It would be good.
I love your podcast, by the way. I'm a big wrestling podcast fanatic these days. So I was chuffed when I found out you two were doing a podcast.
Excellent.
Lovely
Cheers,
dynamic you two are having.
Brilliant, mate.
It's a really good show.
That's good.
And I'm really happy you asked me to be on. Really,
thanks, man. We'll get you back, right? We'll definitely get you back on.
Thank you very much, team.
Love you, mate. Love you.
Thanks, man. Right. Best of luck. Have a good Christmas. See you later.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, man.
Peace. Bye-bye.
It's now time for your chance to win beer in our Beer 52 match of the week. Now, last week, our match was the Gimmick Battle Royal at WrestleMania 17, and Grado asked the question, why did the Iron Sheik have to win the match? Why did he have to win it? The answer was, well, he couldn't take the bump to the outside because he was old. He was old, and he wasn't good anymore, and he was feeling sick. Thanks to everybody that entered, and congratulations to Digital Brain on Twitter, who says he was near enough crippled and they were worried if he took the bump he'd end up dead. But right now we've got more chances for you to win beer. We want to get you all a problem, right? We pick a classic wrestling match to watch, and all you have to do is answer a question on it, and it's me that's choosing this time, right? Everybody who gets the right answer will go into the draw to win the beer. You can enter by checking out the match and answering the question on the Wrestling Daft Facebook page, or replying to the tweet on Twitter at Wrestling Daft. Winners must be over 18 and stay in the UK. Now, the match I've chosen for you this week is it's a cracker. It is Great Muta Don't laugh.
Fucking here we go.
It's the Great Muta versus Hiroshi Hase. Now, Hiroshi Hase is an incredibly underrated wrestler. He's now a politician in Japan.
Rab, where are you watching this content?
He's a Japanese politician. Hiroshi Hase is a wrestler I was a big fan of back in the day when I was watching my tapes, when I was watching All Japan stuff, when I was watching Noah stuff. I love Hiroshi Hase. He's in the mix with Kabashi, in the mix with Kawada. He's in the mix with Misawa, all that lot. But he was like more understated. Listen, you should watch this match yourself.
But what I'm asking you, Rab, is where are you watching this?
Like YouTube, you just go and find all these you find all these old matches on YouTube, no bother.
All right, so it's
including this one. This is old. 14th of December 1992. Right, so it's a Christmas match as well, very festive. The Great Muta versus Hiroshi Hase. The question, I don't want to kind of spoil it by saying this, but this is considered one of the bloodiest masterpieces of professional wrestling. What concept did this match introduce into wrestling culture? Was
it a general election the next day and this cunt was up?
No. So check out that match. You're going to enjoy it, by the way. It's a great match. There's no about. Do not focus on the blood and the gore. Focus on the fact that you've got two men at their peaks there. It's a great match. Hiroshi Hase. And keep an eye on it. Muta gets a lot of praise for that match, but Hiroshi Hase is one of my favourite wrestlers. And you can get free beer for Beer 52 as well. All you need to do is go to beer52.com/wrestling, no backslashes, and we can sort out free beers for you. All you have to do is cover £4.95 for the postage. And as you're Wrestling Daft listeners, we'll give you 2 extra free beers on your first box. So that's a total of, I can't believe it, 10 free beers. It's a monthly subscription service for beer.
Christ.
Good luck explaining that one, Yermo.
Aye, Christ.
Explain that one, Yermo.
I know.
So just go to beer52.com/wrestling to get your first case of 10 beers for free. Right, let's wrap this up. We need to give award a listener of the week. Any ideas, Grado?
Well, I've got a personal listener of the week, just because he kind of tugged my heartstring there. Robert Gillen mentioning me winning the PW title. He did give me a backy and fucking ran round the Citadel, and that was cool. So he's my listener of the week. But
that's fair enough. So Robert Gillen, is that his name? Robert Gillen. I can like to see another Robert getting some praise. So you're the listener of the week. Thanks, brother. Thanks for going to that show as well and supporting Adrian on that night. So we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Can I mention our guest next week? We got a big
guest.
We got big Wolfgang next week.
I know you're a big fan of Wolfgang.
NXT UK. Wolfgang, who showed me how to bump. What did they say? Aye.
Wolfgang is a phenomenal worker, and he's in WWE now, but he should have been there years and years. Yeah. He should have went with Drew. And he always sends me, whenever he comes across a lovely plate of macaroni and cheese, and he's always sending me that way. So keep up the good work, Barry.
A lovely big gentleman, and he'll be here for our Christmas episode.
Yep.
Right, so thanks for listening to Wrestling Daft. We love doing this podcast. Please keep listening. Please spread the word about us. Buy our merch, I know, you know what I mean?
But Rab, I'm having such a good time doing this podcast.
I'm having such a good time doing this podcast.
Absolutely, because Sha is always giving me heat. He's always saying, you're losing the love for this. You can tell you're losing it. And it's like, I'm doing panto, and like there's wee bits and bobs in the panto where like I'm trying to get wee wrestling bits in, and it's like I'm annoying people by like randomly grabbing their wrists and putting them in fucking hammerlocks and shit like that, just because I'm missing it so much. Like I can't get, like, when I wrestled my match with CJ Banks a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, tidy, that's my last match of the year. I'm now getting to that stage where I'm fucking itching to get back. This is one of the reasons why, because of doing this podcast.
It's keep me in that world. Keep me getting
because you know what? When I was saying to Sha, I love this business, man. Wrestling's brilliant. It's
the best.
It's amazing.
It's the best. It's exactly, what you're saying there is exactly, I keep thinking about when Ravy Davey says to me after the ICW show, he was like, we should have a match. Me and you should have a match. And I says no. And I think, and I think to myself, because you always go, I put a pure fucking mark, insert myself into a fucking match and all that, but then you can say, why would I no fucking be in a wrestling match before I die? You know what I mean? Because he'd better fuck with me.
We need to talk about it. Do you know we need?
That's right. because they'd kill me.
You know what we should do as well? But we should have like a watch along of that, because it's up there at the Kelvin Brawl match. Me and you versus Andy and Greg.
We should.
Because that was brilliant.
Great times. Great times. Big Greg, we need to get Big Greg Campbell on the show as well.
He's too busy fucking in LA.
We'll get him on the show, don't you worry. I'll get him on. We'll get him on in the new year. Right, okay, thanks for listening, everybody. We better wrap this up. We just don't want to stop talking. We just love being with you so much. Please have a great Christmas prep kit. I hope your tree's up, Nora.
No, what today, gonna do us a favour, listeners. See if you are listening to the show, gonna screen grab it on Instagram and put it in your story and tag me so that I can restory it just to promote it. It helps the algorithm. Cocabana's always forever saying that. So if you do that, I would really appreciate it, and I'll give you a wee reply.
Who is Algorithm? Who does he work for? Thanks, folks. See you next time.
Up the road!
It's yourself, Grado. It's yourself.
It's yourself. Up the road. Burniston roundabout. No, the Shankill roundabout. No, the Shankill roundabout. Fuck.
Delete.
This is 4 Network.